Some of the worst shows we've ever done were us winging it.
That's not.
I mean, best.
That's not. I mean, that might be true, but the first thing isn't true. The first thing is not true. I think when we wing it, we do all right. There's a.
We both had a good one.
We both had a good one. I did not get mine on anything.
Yes.
It's just we didn't mean anything by that. That was I didn't get my Down East cider on anything,
Which is great.
which is very good.
I didn't get my Pabst Blue Ribbon. Brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Horribly off topic with Chris and Steve.
Episode number 74.
74. We haven't gotten the
74.
title yet. That
No.
usually comes later.
Yes.
Just like me.
All right. Well, there's our first candidate. So what'd you do this week, Steve?
It was Christmas.
It was Christmas. It was Christmas. Do you celebrate Christmas?
Yes.
Or are you more of a Hanukkah or a Kwanzaa guy?
I am not Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
Despite being able to change my name slightly and having sort of Jewish name.
How would that?
If I changed, like, if my last name's Woodbury, it changed the Y to a G.
Woodburg. Stephen Woodburg.
Yeah.
What would happen in that alternate universe where you were Stephen Woodburg, you were Jewish, you celebrated Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights?
Just because I changed my name doesn't mean I'd be Jewish.
Well, I'm talking about an alternate universe in which you were Jewish and your name was therefore Stephen Woodburg.
So my mother would have had to marry someone named
Stephen Woodburg.
No,
and convert.
not Stephen Wood, but like,
well, maybe
I'd be Stephen Woodburg Jr. If that was
Okay,
the
all right,
case.
all right. She'd have to have married somebody named Woodburg, and she'd have to have converted because
usually it goes to the mother.
It goes through the mother when it comes to Judaism.
Yeah, so that doesn't make any damn sense.
All right, what doesn't make any damn sense? This
Me being
alternate
Jewish
universe?
in this scenario.
I mean,
My mother would also have had to be Jewish.
Okay, no, your mother could convert, and then you would be Jewish.
Okay, so she would have had to have converted before I was born.
Right, but in this alternate universe, she could have been Jewish too.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, and
She was Roman Catholic.
She was Roman Catholic. I mean, which means if you go back far enough, she was Jewish.
I suppose.
Yeah,
Slicing off peckers.
bris. That's what that's called.
Yep.
Bris.
I made that joke. What was it? A couple of weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, I made that joke in front of children yesterday. I think.
What did they think?
They didn't get it.
Did they crack up laughing?
No. I mean, they didn't. They heard me say the word bris. I don't know in what context. Maybe I was talking about taking the K off the iced tea cans. But you're getting me away from the point. The point was, in this alternate universe, when you
I don't know that much
Jewish,
about Jewish culture to be able to hold that much of a conversation on it.
Would you appreciate Adam Sandler films more?
I saw like the first maybe 20 minutes of that ridiculous 6, and oh my goodness. I don't know why I think it was just like I hate myself in certain circumstances, and then at this particular moment I would just really wanted to make myself suffer.
Yeah.
And so just there was this awesome scene with him and Rob Schneider playing a Mexican.
Oh.
And
Rob Schneider has never done anything that racist before in his life.
What are you talking about? So yeah, they're in a barn, and there's this donkey next to him.
That's not Rob Schneider.
No, not Rob Schneider.
Okay.
So him
Rob
and Adam
Schneider's not the
Sandler
donkey.
are having some sort of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, when they're done talking, the donkey starts shitting furiously at the wall.
Okay.
Like an epic amount of shit starts pouring out of the donkey's ass.
Okay.
The ass's ass.
Shit's
Shit's all over the walls.
That's a
knee
slapper.
and you know what? I was laughing so hard. Becky was laughing too. She really liked that part. With the donkey shitting.
With the donkey shitting.
And then they did this part where they robbed a bank and the donkey shat all over. I think it was, I forget who it was.
Some
guy
say
that was in the
Steve
movie.
Buscemi.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi. He shat all over him.
Yeah. I mean, he's in lots of Adam Sandler films, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Neil Patrick. No, he was in that other Western movie.
He was in that other Western one. Yes,
Did he get shit on in that?
with. I think
Did Adam Sandler rip off
the implication might have been there that Mr. Harris's character might have been shit on in private, but I don't think you saw it on screen.
Yeah, it wasn't so blatant as Adam Sandler is.
No, Adam Sandler doesn't bury the lead.
No.
No, except in the donkey. He buries the lead.
And the donkey was like, Shrek, it's me. I'm the donkey.
Speaking of dumb jokes that I've made a million times, and I can't believe, I think my wife just blocks them out. I made the dumb joke that I often make. We were watching Shrek the other day, and I made the dumb joke about how the dragon in Mulan is a descendant of Donkey. And everyone looks at me like, what are you talking about? And the dragon in Mulan is voiced by Eddie Murphy.
Yes,
as we know from Shrek,
the donkey and the dragon.
Shrek not Shrek. The donkey and the dragon. They
knock boots. Is what
they
you're
knock
trying
boots.
To say.
Yes,
and trying to say it in a nice way.
I'm trying to say it
for
in a
all
nice
the
way.
kids that might be listening. Hey, this is a kid-friendly show.
Oh sure. Oh sure.
I just said donkey shitting all over the walls.
There's
very kid-friendly.
Did you say shitting once? Because I hear that's the thing. It's PG-13 if you just say it once, right?
No, I thought it was that's PG-13 if you say fuck once.
Okay. Maybe you're right.
Say fuck once, and then if you say it a second time, I think it's R.
Okay, that sounds right. Although part of me wants to believe that it's any swear because one of the reasons I laughed really hard at the beginning of Avengers: Age of Ultron because the first words spoken by one of the lead characters is shit. You hear some words before that, but then Iron Man bumps into something and he says shit, and then Captain America goes language, but then nobody says shit or piss or fuck or cunt or any of the George Carlin words.
What the Hulk when he was rampaging didn't yell cunt smash?
No. I don't believe he did. Okay. I mean, he might have, No, I was trying to go. Did
you like my Eddie Murphy impression earlier?
I appreciated that very much.
Sounded just like him.
Just like him. He was in. No, he's never been in an Adam Sandler film.
I don't think so. I hope not.
I hope not.
Well, I went and saw Pixels this year.
You did.
We did speak about it
that.
Briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Or probably more than briefly.
Probably.
But it just, I think there was that big Sony hack this past year, if not earlier.
Yes.
And it was just I think some Sony executive was this is alleged. I don't know if it was actually said, but I think in one of their emails that got hacked and got disseminated over the internets.
Yes.
Was that why do we keep on giving Adam Sandler money to make movies?
I don't know.
So
Why?
now it's just it's a rhetorical question.
Wait. Rhetorical.
The evidence was the first 20 minutes of Ridiculous 6.
Yes, that's why. Wait, that's why we give him?
No, that's why we don't I don't understand it. Why is this guy allowed to make movies anymore?
I don't know. Why is Matt Damon allowed to get into situations where he needs to be rescued?
What are you talking about?
Matt Damon. You always have to rescue Matt Damon.
No, you have to rescue Nico Robin.
All right, hold on. This cider is good.
Frankie.
Wait, is Becky over there drinking too? All right. No, so apparently, Matt, so it was a thing. It's a joke that I've made a whole bunch, and now I can't get this stupid link to work.
You want the Wi-Fi?
No, it's just that.
Oh, you don't have the hard click.
I don't have the. That's what she said.
Force touch.
No, so there was this joke I saw, and I have not seen The Martian yet. I have also not seen Interstellar, but I am aware of this notion that Matt Damon needs to be rescued a lot. So I started making the joke without really.
He used to be Born Ultimatum, he
did, but
he kicked ass. He wasn't needed rescuing.
On Slash Film today, I saw some evidence. Let's see. Oh no!
I like how I picked the random one in the middle. Yes. It might have been him with the Jeremy Renner one that right. I picked.
So this is from Quora.com through slashfilm.com. This is an estimate in 2015 currency of what it's cost over, it looks like 6 or 7 films to rescue Matt Damon. So in Courage Under Fire, is a Gulf War I helicopter rescue, about 300,000. In Saving Private Ryan, which was a World War II Europe search party, about 100,000. In Titan AE, which was an Earth evacuation spaceship, about 200 billion. In Syriana, Middle East private security return flight, 50K.
In Dogma,
we forgot about. But he doesn't get rescued in Dogma.
He needed to be unsaved because he needed to not go to heaven because that would have destroyed the universe.
Doesn't Alanis Morissette blow his head up at the end?
Was it him or Affleck?
Oh, because he's already
dead. Because
he's already torn his wings off and died and all that. Yeah, so it's Affleck who gets his head blown up.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So he can't be saved in Dogma.
No, because his head blew up. Green
Zone,
which means he went to hell then.
I mean, do you believe? Whether it's now answer this once as Steve Woodbury and once as Steve Woodberg. Do you believe that Alanis
I don't know. There's no such thing as hell. What are you talking about?
Is Alanis Morissette a forgiving God?
I guess. Well, the thing is,
is Alanis Morissette like Kirk Cameron's God, or is Alanis Morissette sort of?
Does Kirk Cameron believe in a forgiving God? Because
I don't think so.
No.
He thinks that he apparently thinks, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. He apparently thinks that Star Wars: The Force Awakens is a secret way to make us all Buddhists.
What?
This was a thing he posted on his blog either earlier this week or earlier today.
Is there the dark side of Buddhism?
I don't know, but you're dodging the question. What would Steve Woodbury versus Steve Woodbury? Oh no, you've answered that. Let me get back to my dumb
the thing
list.
is, I'm not really super religious to begin with, right. But
Yeah, I'd like to think Alanis Morissette, given that she was playing skee ball for most of that movie. This is Dogma we're talking about. Yes. Is kind of a fun-loving, forgiving God.
But her word or the word or whatever, the word of God was that these two assholes can't come back to heaven.
Right.
So if she was forgiving them, if she said, okay, I changed my mind, you can come back?
Yeah, I think.
But why didn't she just do that instead of blowing up the fucking guy's head?
Well, but see. So Matt Damon in Green Zone. Matt Damon in Green Zone, U.S. Army transport from the Middle East, about 50,000 in Elysium, space station, security deployment and damages, 100 million. Interstellar, which is an interstellar spaceship, 500 billion. Whoa. And The Martian, a Mars mission, about 200 billion. So the grand total comes to slightly more than $900 billion has been spent on trying to rescue.
You know what? He's probably brought that in Bourne movies, so fuck it, whatever.
So it offsets, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got it. He's just gonna be in a Star Wars movie now, and he can.
Yeah, I hope he's in the next one. Oh, that reminds me. Maybe he could be in this one. He could be. So I was thinking because
he could be a stormtrooper.
They're doing the spin-offs. No, not the stormtrooper.
Okay.
Enough of this.
Yeah.
Breathing heavy stormtroopers.
Okay.
I mean, it's desert. I understand.
You were saying he could be in not this one but the next one?
No. Okay, the next ones are going to be Rogue One, I guess.
Yes, that's the one that's going to be either in production or just finished.
Okay, so I'm going to get off topic. I was bummed that Wedge Antilles was not in. And
pour one out.
I'd
ruin your carpet.
No, don't pour it out for Wedge Antilles. I don't think this is a huge spoiler right here that a guy that maybe some of you don't even know existed
is not
in the new movie.
Yeah, we didn't blow the spoiler horn.
Let's just say from this point on, there's a good chance we're going to spoil the entire movie.
Yes.
All right. So if you haven't seen it yet, wait on this episode and then come back to it later after.
Yeah. And by this movie, we mean Rogue One.
Yes. We're not going to say anything about The Force Awakens.
No, that's old news.
Don't worry.
We're going to spoil
the
movie.
We're kidding. I mean, I'm kidding. And I'm serious. We are going to spoil a lot of this movie now that we have both seen it.
Right.
But Becky was looking it up, and I guess he didn't want to be in the movie.
Matt Damon?
No, Wedge Antilles, the actor, the guy that played Wedge from the original series.
bastard.
And I'm like, dude, how do you turn this down? And you get to act with fucking.
What about Porkins?
Porkins died.
I know, but couldn't Porkins have a clone?
There was a thing on the One Piece podcast that was they were talking about like they kept on referring to Porkins D Ace, and I'm like, that's awesome. That is a Star Wars reference and a One Piece reference.
And a One Piece reference.
In one giant little
jammed
ball.
together.
And that made me laugh when they said Porkins D Ace. You don't have to drink again.
So,
in the new movie that I want, or maybe it could be a series too.
Could be a whole series.
A whole series. So they're doing Rogue One, and they're going to do the. Do they have
I don't think they have a
title
name
for 8 yet.
For 8?
Yeah.
For like episode 8? No, I don't think so.
Okay, so we could just make this one into episode 8.
Okay.
Even though it's prequel.
Yeah.
I know everybody's
you're gonna pull a Hurley in season 5 of Lost right here.
And make episode 8 a prequel.
And try to write the. Are you sure you're not from the future? You're here to.
I'm fucking with you. All right, so it should just be a series instead of because we could get we could get Matt Damon to play the titular role.
Okay.
And I want it to be Star Wars : and not the word colon.
I'm waiting.
The punctuation : moisture farmers. And Matt Damon could be Uncle Owen.
I like where you're going.
Who do you think would be Aunt Beru?
I think we need. So Matt Damon is Uncle Owen. Aunt Beru, Sally Field.
Funny story. We thought she was dead.
You thought Sally Field
on
was dead.
Christmas. We're having a little conversation. We hear from the other room. Becky's dad's like, here Sally Field's dead. We're like, what?
What?
And so we're all like looking it up, and he like maybe 5 minutes later, he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, no, she's not."
I say Sally Field because she has a habit of getting or at least a habit. Fucking asshole. She was cast as
they were young when they took in Luke, so we can't have Sally Field. I mean,
no.
Someone age appropriate, Chris.
Well, Sally Field
Matt Damon
was a very different age than the reason I made the joke. She was a very different age than.
Seems like you're programmed for etiquette and protocol.
Is that your Matt Damon doing?
No, that is the actor who originally played Uncle Owen.
Yes.
Because he was the one who bought the fucking droids.
Give me your Matt Damon.
I don't know how to do Matt Damon.
All right, give me your Seth Rogen.
No.
Seems like you're dedicated to etiquette and protocol.
Yes.
Come on. I was just like, give me the laugh.
No,
come on.
Chris, no.
All right. Who would play... Sally Field played opposite what's-his-ass in Lincoln, even though they were aged very differently. And I think...
Who was Lincoln? Oh, it was fucking...
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, he was like, I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
What is that?
That was from There Will Be Blood.
Oh, see, I didn't.
At the end of the movie when he bashes him to death with a bowling pin. Spoilers!
I didn't see that. We're spoiling everything today.
Yes. But we haven't spoiled Star Wars yet.
Matt Damon.
Except for Wedge Antilles.
Matt Damon as Uncle Ben. I think maybe...
Uncle Ben in Spider-Man?
No, Uncle Owen.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. He could be...
Or Uncle Ben from The Rice.
He could be Uncle Ben.
In blackface.
He could be Uncle Ben
like Al
from...
Jolson. Mammy, I love you, and you love my rice. No.
He could be Uncle Ben from the new Spider-Man. I'm just saying, like, they've cast Marissa Tomei, and they're relatively, like, age appropriate to be... But, they haven't cast an Uncle Ben. I think because Uncle Ben's dead by the time this new Spider-Man takes place.
Yes.
I don't know. Jennifer Garner?
No.
Aunt Peru.
Come on. Okay, well, like you could tweet us with your fucking suggestions. Who do you want for Aunt Peru in the Moisture Farmers?
Or at Tuesday is Loser.
At Tuesday is Loser.
Right in the middle of the show. That was weak sauce.
You're a weak sauce. So We're dancing around.
We're dancing around it, but we never finished talking about Christmas.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
We're
dancing around Christmas.
We're dancing around Christmas. Did you dance on Christmas? I mean, did you dance when you thought Sally Field was dead?
No.
No.
Did I dance on Christmas?
No.
No, I did not dance on Christmas.
You did not dance on Christmas. I don't believe I danced on Christmas either. So no dancing on Christmas. Did you get any presents?
I did.
Yes. Did you get anything cool presents?
I did. I definitely got cool presents. I've already played one of my cool presents several times.
That's not a euphemism, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's not. I didn't get a new penis. I don't know what the fuck you were trying to get at there.
I don't. I have no idea.
I played with the new flute penis.
With my you know.
It would be funny if it was an oboe. Sometimes, you know, we make mistakes in our lives, and I should have said oboe.
You should have said oboe.
That was one of the mistakes.
One of them.
All right, so yeah, I got Super Mario Maker. Becky got me the Super Mario Maker.
Yes. How does that work? You make a Super Mario Brother?
Yes. No,
like,
well,
you make a new one, not Mario or Luigi. You make
no,
fettuccine.
No.
Alfredo Mario?
Yes. Exactly. Even though you just said Alfredo Mario.
No, I said fettuccine Mario.
Fettuccine Mario.
Fettuccine Mario, and then you said no, and I said Alfredo Mario.
All of my levels that I've created
are lasagna Mario.
No,
I'm trying to be as offensive as I possibly can.
All of the levels that I've created so far are dripping with sauce.
Dripping with the sauce. I can't do it.
I don't know what the fuck you're.
I was trying to do the epic mealtime guy. Dripping with a sauce. I can't do it.
I've never.
You never seen Epic Mealtime?
No, I've made a reference to something that I don't even know I'm making a reference to.
He's the sauce boss.
Like the Cake Boss?
Yes.
I was watching Cake Boss for a while, and it makes me nuts, but I like watching it, but I hate it.
Super Mario Maker. How does it work?
All right, so you have these. You can create levels of Super Mario Brothers, and you can create the levels as the original Super Mario Brothers. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, not Super Mario Brothers 2.
Okay.
Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, or the new Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, so all side scrollers, right?
Yes, they're all side scrolling games. Mm-hmm. But there's some interesting things that people are doing with it. I have yet to do something particularly interesting. One of the levels I've called is Irritating Stick, which was a game for the PlayStation back in the late 90s, I think, maybe mid to late 90s, where you had to. It was like one of those like metal puzzles. You had to like move a bar along without touching the sides.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, it was that as a video game.
All right.
And if you touch the side, you lose or whatever. So basically, I created a level where Mario's swimming through like spikes.
Okay.
And it's basically Irritating Stick.
Irritating Stick.
And then when I didn't make the level like explosively long because I wanted people to like it. Mm-hmm. So when they did get to the end, I gave them an opportunity for fuck tons of 1-ups.
Okay, got it.
Like fuck tons.
Fuck tons of 1-ups.
Yes, I like. You know how like they have like the bullet bolt cannons that shoot out the little enemies, but you can like put other stuff in them and it shoots out other stuff.
So it just shoots
out. It shoots 1-ups out.
Oh.
All 3 of them, and then like then there's like there was 3 question mark blocks at the very end. If you get any of them, there's a star in them, and as you approach the goalpost, there's like just like a wall of fish coming towards you.
Yeah.
And so basically, if you just swim through them, you get a 1-up, and then if you finish the level, all the ones that are remaining give you a 1-up.
So is there like a social element to it? You upload your levels and people can grab them and okay. And
so people like I didn't think people would like that one as much, but they have enjoyed it as much. They've enjoyed it more than the other one that I did, which was like the first one I was creating. So it was just fucking around.
Yeah, just testing.
Yeah, and so I've gotten a couple stars on my levels, so it's fine.
That's pretty neat.
Those are the only 2 I've done. So
have you gotten more stars on your levels than we've gotten on the podcast?
Yes. No.
Fuckers.
Not yet. But it's fast approaching.
Fast approaching.
Because I'm so good at creating Mario levels.
And I'm not good at creating podcasts.
No way.
So you get Super Mario Maker.
Yes.
What else do you get?
I got that right there as a giant on the bottom there. giant box of One Piece comics, which Becky also got me.
That is very.
Oh, you got to see what I got her.
That is a very substantial looking box.
One of the amazing things that I got her. I actually wrapped this because it was meant to go in her stocking, but it didn't fit.
So if I can describe for the listener who can't see this, this is a book.
Yes.
At the top left-hand corner, there's a photograph of a woman with a large perm. Yes?
Definitely has a permanent.
She definitely has a permanent. A large red-haired permanent named Kathy Mitchell. And Kathy Mitchell is presenting something that's seen on TV.
I have never seen this on TV.
You have never seen this on TV.
Because I don't really watch television, and so I'm not the audience for this book necessarily.
Yeah. So what the book is suggesting that you can do with it is just dump and bake.
Yes. Because it's a book.
Which is, if that was all it was called, it would mean something very different, right? Just dump and bake.
Yeah. But
is that how it works? I mean, I know you don't do that sort of thing, but you
bake or shit.
I
have occasionally baked, and I shit every day.
No, but by bake I mean like you don't bake.
Oh, that kind of
yeah, you don't bake, right? So you do dump. But we know people who quote unquote bake, right? So is that the order? Is what I'm trying to figure out? Is like, do you dump and bake, or do you bake and then dump?
Are you talking about pooping, or are you talking about?
Well, the dumping, I mean pooping. I'm talking about the baking part, like if you were to smoke a little.
It's been so long that I do not recall the last time, and I don't remember having to do any doo-doo.
Right.
Like beer, definitely. Next day, so I would
dump.
drink and dump.
Drink and dump. But this is dump and bake, and that's just at the bottom of the book. The actual title, Quick and Easy, Dump Cakes and More.
And more.
Did
you? I mean, I can't. I've looked over it. I mean, there's chocolate cookie magic bars, Door Country bars. I'm in the bars section, I guess. Lemon berry bunt.
Okay. This might be where the episode title comes from.
Spicy pumpkin pie cake. Heavy on the spoilers.
Okay, yeah.
Lots of good stuff. I actually got her good presents too.
Oh my goodness. That's a pretty good one. I didn't get any joke. Wait, how did you do that?
What?
Usually when the second drink comes, there's a long gap there, like where I'm filling time and you're not on the mic.
I know.
It's like magic.
Yes, I know. We luckily have my personal assistant is here. Oh, she just gave me a look.
Oh no. At least you said personal assistant.
Yes.
Not the S word. Secretary. That's bad, right? Secretary.
No.
Secretary.
I thought you were going to say slave.
I wasn't going to say. I was not going to say. No, secretary doesn't have a. Well, secretary.
It's administrative assistant.
Administrative assistant. Yes, because you have administrative assistant week now, yes. or day, or.
Yes, because it's there could be men in the roles, for Christ's sake, Chris.
Right, but a man can be
gender bias.
But a man can be secretary. John Kerry is Secretary of State, right?
Well, he should be administrative assistant of state. Get on it, Obama.
Is that what would happen under the administration of Steve Goldberg, the very first?
We've already talked about what I would do if I was I would not be president first and foremost.
You'd be the first Jewish president, Stephen Woodberg.
No, I am not Jewish. But we've already discussed what I would do if I was dictator for life.
Yes,
and I've said on many occasions,
dump cakes the official dessert of the United States of America.
No. Being funny. No, I've said on several occasions that if I was dictator for life, that I would murder. And this is not something that, you could do as
Be careful
president.
where you go with this. There could be Secret Service agents listening.
I would murder the most wealthy and the poorest person
Okay, that's fine.
on the planet, or not on the planet, in the country, because I guess I couldn't really deal with other countries. Like, in the country, once a month until there's no unemployment.
Steve Woodbury, Dictator for Life.
Yes.
2016.
Be like, you guys fucking figure this shit out yourselves. I'm just going to kill people until you do.
Paid for by Woodbury for America.
So don't ever follow my rebellion.
No.
If you're if you're an uber rich or an uber poor person, then you're definitely not on board for my ideas. If you were somewhere in the middle there, you're like, wow. Unless I get completely fucked or like I win a lot, but if I win a lot or I like succeed a lot, I could just succeed less and like have more employees to help foster my success. So therefore, I'm not going to be as wealthy as some of these other fucks. Mm-hmm. So I think there'd be a rush to not want to have a lot of money.
Yes.
Plus, we can murder poorer people.
If we were to follow Steve's rebellion, would this result in a new republic? Would the existing government? Would the existing government then turn into
enough of my nutty ideas?
A new order, the existing empire.
How the fuck did they get enough money to make a fucking planet-sized fucking thing? Wait, it was on a planet. I don't even know the fucking logistics of this goddamn
It was in the middle of a planet.
It was in the middle of a planet.
Wasn't it?
It was Planet Killer? Is that what it was?
Star Killer.
Star Killer.
Star Killer base. Steve.
How the fuck did they get the resources to do that?
Are you going to spend this entire time complaining about this movie? Because
I liked it.
I'm just kidding.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed this movie, but it was very much like the same but different kind of approach to like sequels. It was very much The New Hope again. That's what
everyone says.
Okay.
I mean that's the common critique is that it hits too many of the same buttons.
Yes.
But I've only seen it once. I see all my friends going for their second and third times, and it makes me angry.
We tried to see Hunger Games, and that was sold out last night. So
really?
What the fuck?
That's weird. That's like been out for. Oh, is it because it's only down to like one theater now?
No, it was. Well, I imagine just the one theater,
Yeah.
But I guess everybody that couldn't go to see Star Wars is like, I guess we'll see Hunger
I guess we'll go see this.
And we were like, what the fuck? We actually wanted to see this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Star Killer Base.
Star Killer Base, yes.
Like, okay, so there's a lot of time that's elapsed in between episode
40 years.
6 and episode 7. And I don't understand how the Empire gets, or we'll just still call them
the First
Empire.
Order.
The First Order, the Empire, they have the same fucking outfits 40 years later. Like, exactly the same.
That's how they afforded the Star Killer base. They didn't upgrade their outfits.
I guess. They were like, well, we're going to cut some costs the same here. Stuff. And we're going to just make some...
redesign the Stormtroopers helmets.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
We're not going to make them...
We're not going to make their blasters
We're not going to pay for these clones anymore. We'll just have babies. Useless babies that will turn into Stormtrooper babies.
That will turn into Stormtrooper babies.
That will eventually rebel and go against us, and they'll fuck us over.
Yes. Only one of them.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but there's a good chance that maybe
there's a good chance that FN whatever number he is was not the only one who was thinking that. Now here's a question for you.
What's that?
Do you think that Finn, former Stormtrooper Finn, did the Force awaken in him, or was it just in? Okay.
No, I don't think he has the Force.
Right.
I think he is just, he was just like, I'm tired of this fucking shit. I don't want to murder people.
Yeah.
Unlike me, apparently. just so you know, guys out there and ladies and anybody that's listening, I'm not going to actually ever murder anybody. I'm not going to become dictator for life. This is a crackpot theory.
Even if you did become dictator for life, you really would.
I don't think I would. I don't think I could stomach even telling somebody to murder somebody.
Yeah. Unlike Hux.
Hux? Oh, that guy.
That's Domhnall Gleeson, I think is Hux. If you're not following on Twitter already, oh gosh, what is his actual... let me see if I can find it up. It is emo Kylo Ren. It is one of the funniest Twitter accounts out there right now.
Damn it, Dad! I just want to be in the dark side.
It is hilarious. It's emo Kylo Ren. I don't remember what his actual handle is, but if you do a search on it, emo Kylo Ren is fantastic. I want to get to him in a minute, but should we start from the beginning? We've got about 25 minutes left. In this. Well, yeah, we're at 35 minutes right now.
Okay,
so we got about 25 minutes left. Do we want to start at the beginning and just go from there, or how do we want to tackle the beast?
You want to go from the beginning?
All right. So yes, because one of the most absurd theories I have heard in the days, week or so since this movie came out.
Does it have anything to do with Jar Jar Binks?
No, it has.
Then I don't want to fucking hear it.
It has to do with the very beginning of the movie. I just saw this theory today. That because there is a comma or two commas, depending on your perspective, two commas missing from the opening crawl, that Leia must have more than one brother.
How is that possible?
Because in the opening crawl, it says Leia something, 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 her brother Luke. Now, if we were talking correct punctuation according to this theory, it should be her brother, comma, Luke, comma. Because Luke isn't vital information based on context. We understand Luke is her brother, right? Based on everything that's happened in the crawl before then. So it should say...
Guess what, fucko? Can't have even a half brother. Well, maybe. She could have a half brother.
She could have a half brother,
but not a full brother.
She could have an adopted brother, right?
Well, then
no, she couldn't have a half brother. What do you think? I think
after he became Darth Vader, he could have just started fucking everybody.
Oh no, yeah. Becky is pointing out something very, very important here, right? There's nothing left. There's nothing left down
because
there.
He got
lava. He was face down in the lava dirt. If his junk didn't get burnt, his junk got burned up. There's
maybe he
got
maybe
he's
the
more
Emperor,
machine than man.
Maybe the Emperor was like, "I'm going to resurrect your semen."
Maybe
with the Force, with the dark side, I will put together a penis.
I will put together
so you can fucking make more babies. So Leia can have a brother, so we can put it in the episode crawl for Supper 7.
She could have adopted brothers through the Organas, right? I mean, although that's kind of ruled out. All of this is predicated on us acknowledging that the prequels exist. Are we going to do that?
Because they have to exist.
All right, the prequels
Padme
exist.
died and died in childbirth, giving birth to her and Luke.
And so Bail Organa says that his wife and they've been trying to have a baby and they can't have a baby. So that
maybe they didn't have any babies.
That rules out the brother. So and Leia, we see we see Padme has twins and no more. There's nothing else coming out,
right?
As far as we know.
So your theory is gunk.
I want to have Grammar Girl's take on this. She would be the one to settle this.
Grammar
Girl. She's what is her name? What is her actual name? Mignon Fogarty. Is
she related to John Fogarty?
That is a good question.
There's a bathroom on the right.
All right, so we've got as far as the crawl. The beginning isn't quite hitting the exact same note.
No, I mean, it wasn't just a giant Star Destroyer.
I mean, there's this, it's not a Star Destroyer chasing the whatever, but an abduction does happen.
Yes.
Somebody is captured from seemingly a safe place and then brought on board a Star Destroyer. But in that opening, you get enough different stuff to me that it feels... There's more exposition before any of that happens.
I don't know how that little robot doesn't constantly just fall over.
I don't know either. But you can buy one. You can like buy one in the I know the Apple Store is one of the first places to sell it, but I know it was a
Does it have like I don't know, does it have the capability to have a part of a map in it?
I do not know. I believe it does not have any sort of projection system in it, nor a USB port. I think you're SOL if you intend on hiding your secret plans for world domination inside of the Sphero BB-8.
Yes.
So you enjoyed the movie?
I did. I had a lot, like, as much as I'm giving it shit, I really had a lot of fun watching it.
I did too.
As much as, like, but the thing is, like, you know, that's what people do. They find, like, weird stuff and they nitpick it.
Yeah.
But, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, it was a well put together movie with, like, fun action. Myself and the folks at the Red Letter Media website there have a problem with, like, the screen getting cluttered up with shit.
Yes.
So when, like, they had that scene at the arena where, like, there's a million fucking Jedi swinging their fucking laser swords around. 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, it was like, what the fuck? It was just like a mess.
Right.
It was a mess of shit.
Yes.
But there was not that. Like,
yeah, no, not
and
at
like like we're gonna skip to the end here, but like Kylo Ren and Rey,
yeah,
they're having their lightsaber fight, and both of them don't seem comfortable swinging around a sword.
Yes,
it's like, but and the thing is, like Rey, she seems more comfortable fighting with a spear, and that seems like the way she's fighting with the sword.
Yeah, absolutely,
because she's doing a lot of thrusting as opposed to slashing.
Yeah, and what I
so think, like that's how like they're actually fighting how they should fight.
And yet, because they have established the stakes, that I have heard people rank that lightsaber duel very high up there amongst all the lightsaber duels of all of the films, because the stakes are so high that even though it's not as flashy as Darth Maul or any of the stuff you saw in the prequels, like where like. Regardless of what you think of them, the lightsaber duels are actually
choreographed. Like yeah, it didn't seem that way. It seemed like it was two people legitimately trying to hurt each other,
right,
and failing a lot because they weren't good at sword fighting, basically.
Absolutely. And what really makes that lightsaber duel for me is, and this is one of those things that. Yes, the film hits a lot of familiar beats, but it's when it goes away from the familiar beat that they said their mission was, this is Lawrence Kasdan and J.J. Abrams, they say their mission is to delight everybody, that's what they wanted you to feel coming out, and that's what I felt. When the lightsabers fight starts, it's Finn versus Kylo Ren, and then he's got Finn down, and the lightsaber's over in the snow, and he goes to try to get he tries to force grab the lightsaber, and then like it's going to be awesome to watch that again.
Force grab TM, patent pending.
It's going to be awesome to rewatch that because even though I know
force push,
even though I know
get rid of Finn,
what's going to happen when that lightsaber flies out of the snowbank and goes into Rey's hand, like that's not something you've ever seen before.
But the thing is, like,
except for in that crazy thing that you mentioned that you and the Red Letter Media hate. Like, that's the only time I think you've ever seen a woman. Well, I think in episode 3, a woman.
Kit Fisto was also in that scene.
Yes, Kit Fisto was in that scene. There's an episode title for you. Kit Fisto was also in that scene.
I don't want that one.
No. Yeah, no. That ending.
But nobody wants Kit Fisto. That might be better.
That ending is really, really superb, and I think how they handle Rey throughout it is one of the reasons that even though my daughter, my younger daughter doesn't care either way, but my older daughter has gone back and forth between yes, I want to see it, and no, I hate everything Star Wars. But I really want her to see this because I feel like it's a Star Wars movie that she could get into.
And perhaps identify with the main protagonist.
Yeah.
Or one of the main protagonists.
And the fact that she, and again, it's it is hyper aware of the film is of what's come before it, of the world in which it's being released. No place better than when Finn tries to grab her hand 2 or 3 times when they're running through when they're running away from the TIE fighter attack, and she doesn't say fuck off, but she might as well be saying fuck off. And then finally, there's a great reversal of that where she grabs his hand, which was in all the damn trailers, but you don't realize how important that moment is. She's like, "All right, now you can hold my hand." It was good.
You think there's a budding romance there?
No. That's the other thing that I like. I hope they could go that way, but I definitely feel like they, at least J.J. Abrams, and that's important to note, is Abrams is not directing the next episode 8. So whatever the next director does is what the next director does.
I hope it's George Lucas.
It's Ryan Johnson, Ryan with an IA in the middle. Who did Looper, I think is his.
I've never.
She's nodding.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was a laugh or.
But whatever he does, I think it's up to him. But Abrams, I feel like, to answer your question, I don't think he is trying to set up a budding romance there. I think that is a friendship. That is an actual legit male-female relation, friendship, and not trying to push the romantic overtones.
All right,
which is a very different thing to do than the 70s one, where you kind of had to have Han and Luke both vying for Leia's affections.
Even though,
yeah.
One of them was incest. Ew. How did we end up together?
Yeah.
Disappointing part, Admiral Akbar is in it. It does not say...
It's a trap.
Yeah.
He does not say it's a trap. I mean, that plus Wedge not being in it.
Yeah,
I can see why you were disappointed.
But the little Mexican guy that was Lando's buddy is in it.
The... is
that racist?
I don't know.
Space Mexican?
Which guy are you talking about?
The little Mexican guy. There's got to be one running around in the game.
Are you talking about
tell me when you see one.
The guy with the weird
head?
Lips?
Weird.
Like two.
You're the one that's making it racist.
I'm trying to figure out if it's the guy you're thinking. The guy who was co-pilot of the Falcon in
Yes.
Return of the Jedi. Yes, he was in it.
Yeah. Or it might have been somebody else from his race.
So, you know who else was in it?
But Lando wasn't in it.
Lando
though.
wasn't in it. James Bond was in it. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Daniel Craig filmed a cameo. And I read this afterwards. Daniel Craig's cameo was the stormtrooper that Rey uses the Jedi mind tricks on when she gets loose.
Oh.
That's actually Daniel Craig.
Was he just like, I want to be in Star Wars?
I don't know.
And then J.J. Abrams sure, if you want, fucking be the stormtrooper.
And then Greg Grunberg, who's in, I guess, all of, he was the, what the hell was he on Heroes? Anyway, he's in all of Abrams' stuff. He's in it as one of the pilots. He's like his good luck charm.
Isn't Simon Pegg in there?
Yes, Simon Pegg is the dude who's where Rey goes to trade stuff in when she's on Jakku.
That's Simon Pegg?
That's Simon Pegg in there.
There's been a lot of memes that I've seen on Twitter
Yes.
of him being a guy that's from GameStop. So you're like, oh, you're trading in a PS4 and blah, blah, blah. I'll give you $25.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, I have seen those. But yeah, no, and there was a whole list of. I'll try to find. It was a Slash Film article where, among other things, he identified some of the cameos. I had at least one other thing I wanted to talk about, but I feel like I talked too much. So
I think you were itching to talk about it last week, and I was stifling you. But I don't mind piggybacking on your thoughts.
Okay, so here's a thought I've had, and I could have shared it with my brother back or forth to the show last week because he'd seen it. But then I could have shared it with him at any moment that we've sort of hung out since, but I keep forgetting. I think there is a moment multiple moments with Kylo Ren that are a perfect example of these films acknowledging the prequels and also kind of making fun of the prequels and having a bit of fun with intertextuality, which is a fancy word.
Fancy word for something.
Something for a relationship between texts, especially literary ones.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Please tell me more, Chris.
What did you think?
I do actually want you to tell me.
What did you think of the moments where Kylo Ren flips out and basically destroys the room with his lightsaber? It happens, I think, twice.
Yes.
One
of the funnier moments is when he's doing it, and the two stormtroopers are coming down the hall, and they hear it happening, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't need to be over here." And they turn around.
Yes. So I think that's the second time it happens, but both times I thought this is absolutely a knowing wink at Hayden Christensen's wooden performance. Whether it's Christensen's fault or Lucas's fault, that's debatable, or whether it's a combination of the two. But it's such a knowing wink at the fact that Hayden Christensen throwing the thing across the room in episode 2, where he right before he's like, I killed them all. Or any number of times that either Hayden Christensen or Jake Lloyd just kind of have temper tantrums. And we've already heard somebody say that Kylo Ren has too much Vader in him. But we don't see Kylo Ren have Vader of the original trilogy in him.
See, that's why maybe
we see Vader, we see punk ass Vader.
Here's what I think should happen. What was it? They're like, oh, we can't train him. He's too old. What are you fucking talking about? He should be able to mature on his own and become a man.
Yes.
Or a woman.
Right.
Whatever. And then you start training him in the ways of the Force. Because so they're not through their angsty teenage years fucking being like, fuck you, Dad.
Well, and that's part of that. One of the great things about the movie is how it sets up so much stuff. I'd be really interested in seeing when did Luke start training Kylo Ren? Did he pay attention to the way that things were done before Anakin, where they definitely was always they trained him from when they were little kids? Did he go more along the lines of how he himself was trained, where he was a fully grown adult when he went and saw Yoda? When did he get
Yoda, Yoda.
When do you it had the first flashback ever in a Star Wars movie. Kind of. Flashback. When she touches the lightsaber.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was interesting. That was very different from anything we've seen before.
Who's that fucking weirdo character there?
Which one?
The one that was in that space bar, which I was bummed out. What was the name of the band leader of the person that was playing at Jabba's palace?
It's right there, and I cannot. The only thing I'm thinking of is the character that you're referring to from this movie, which is Maz Kanata. Max Rebo? No. Max Rebo?
Max Rebo. Yes, the Max Rebo band. Why weren't they fucking there?
I don't
That's
know.
a nice nod to all the playing, not the Cantina song. I'm saying the weirdo shit at Jabba's palace.
Jabba's palace, yeah.
Not the fucking dance that's in the fucking
it's in the special
reissue
editions.
fucking bullshit. Because I always thought the Max Rebo band or whatever was great when I was. Because I think the only one we had on tape when I was growing up was Jedi.
Yeah.
And so I would watch the beginning and I'm like, that weird fucking elephant playing the piano.
That's the scene that Kevin Smith's characters are referring to when they say all Jedi had was a bunch of Muppets. But they were cool Muppets.
Yeah. I liked those fucking assholes.
Those guys.
Then they went on the fucking speeder, and then they threw things in the giant vagina in the sand.
Yeah. That, even more than the prequels. So that's a really interesting scene. So even more than the prequels, a scene like that highlights what is wrong with Lucas's approach post Jedi and into making, and what's right about The Force Awakens, because when they did the special edition and they put in the what I think is a female singer with the really long lips who's singing that. No.
That was in The Fifth Element, is what you're thinking.
No. I'm thinking of somebody who's in the background instead of when they bring in the furry guy with the big
again
teeth
in the
whatever.
Why the fuck is there a radio show in that fucking dystopian weird future? Why is fucking Chris Tucker like, hey everybody, I'm fucking Chris Tucker in the radio? Why is there the radio still? I'm sorry.
It's like
Continue.
dystopian future. It takes place in a galaxy far a long time ago, and I forgot.
I'm talking about the Fifth Element.
I know. I lost the plot there for a second.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? That's my Chris Tucker.
The they should get him for the next episode.
I hope so. Doing a radio show.
Doing a radio show a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I forgot the hell. What makes Maz Kanata in The Force Awakens a more convincing character than any of the things that Lucas added to the original
I'm not
trilogy.
saying that it was a bad character. It was just it was weird CGI, and that always takes me out a little bit.
But wasn't it less weird because she was the only CGI character in a bar that was full of practical monsters and whatever?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was just. I don't know. Maybe the CGI wasn't necessary.
Yeah. See, that's where like she didn't bug me as much as maybe, and I'd be interested to get your response to this question. Lisa
liked her character.
When I took my bathroom break, was in the scene on the on
the bridge
on the freighter.
Oh no.
Where the two beasts accidentally get unleashed. Like Han's like, you don't want to press whatever those buttons were, and then Finn and Rey are below deck, and they hit the wrong switch, and the fucking whatever hell beast things come out. I didn't see enough of that to really judge, but for me, they felt very CG, whereas Maz, because she's in a scene that is everyone else is real, she feels more real. And then getting back to my original point, which is like the prequels, the problem with the prequels is everything is fake. Like it's literally like a couple of people standing in front of a green screen, usually interacting with like 5 or 6 characters who are also just being inserted.
Yes.
As opposed to this film where like if there is CG, like some of the most a lot of the CG I've heard was them taking out the puppeteers that were creating BB-8. Like the BB-8 was mostly a practical effect, and they had to CG out the puppeteers. So like that seems like the right use of CG as opposed to what Lucas was doing.
So I mean, I have little problem with the use of CG in this movie.
Right.
Like the movie that we had seen earlier this year, we saw Krampus, and we both really liked it. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that they were using more practical effects as opposed to CG.
I mean,
it was legitimately like weird and creepy and scary and all that shit. And it had like, I felt it had a pretty big Gremlins feel to it. Like, whereas it's a scary movie with elements of humor.
Right.
But like the original Gremlins, not fucking number 2.
That's how I felt about Cabin in the Woods when I watched that a week or two ago, was especially in that scene below when they go down into the basement or whatever it is that they do. And all those monsters felt real, and at that part felt like scary movie with humor. Anyway,
not the movie Scary Movie.
No,
not that bullshit anus. Bullshit anus.
That's so the back to the saber fight, and now we're pretty much at the end of the show. But the saber part, the other thing that made the saber fight between Kylo Ren and Rey so good was that it was in the middle of a real wintry woods. At least I think it was. If that was CG, then
well, I don't know.
It was pretty good.
When it must have been filmed last year, because 2015 was the hottest year of record.
This is our last episode of the year.
Yes, do we need to fucking...
I don't think we need to. That's like, when we talked about it before the show, which is why the show started the way it did, we were like going to wing it when it came to the year in review. Thankfully, we talked about...
Oh, that was one of the guys?
What guy?
Oh, you just killed that guy.
That guy. Admiral Akbar.
That wasn't Akbar. Look, he's Darth Vader's...
Yeah.
You're going to get killed. What are you doing?
New Nub. New Nub? Is that his name? Something like that.
She's mad at me now.
Somebody's gonna get murdered, and it's not gonna be me. Yeah, no. So it was 2015 was warm.
It was the hottest year of record.
Yes.
So back when they decided that we need to figure out how warm it is.
Yes.
way back when. I don't know when that happened.
In a galaxy far, far away.
No, I think it was in this galaxy, on this planet, as a matter of fact.
All right.
They were like, oh, we need to figure out how warm it's. Like, let's just keep records because that's important.
Mm-hmm.
And this year that we're about to wrap up has been the warmest year ever since we decided to start
paying attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was probably at least, if not more than 100 years ago.
And this is the first year we did an episode every week, because, of course, the year before we started in the middle of the year. So, like, there's been an episode of this show every week of 2015.
That's pretty disappointing.
Do we want to plug anything, or should we leave it at that? I mean, we talked... all right, you can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/74.
74?
If you want to send us any thoughts on anything we've talked about, you can send them to hot@clarkwoods.com, or...
No, you could definitely send it to hot@clarkwoods.com, like if you have an email address.
Yes.
On your Prodigy account. Bring it back, buddy. Bring it back things. Alta Vista.
Bringing it back to when George Lucas made all the decisions about our
Star Wars.
Our Star Wars is back in those dark days.
So... Chris, what are our Twitters?
Mine is Tuesday is Loser. That's Tuesday IS Loser, all one word.
And mine is at ECC1977, which makes no sense
because
I'm Steve Woodbury, but I'm not Woodburg.
All right. Is that it?
Did you run out of power?
Does Becky
Plug it back in.
Does Becky get to murder you now?
No.
Okay.
So... Chris, what would you say? Would you say you recommend Star Wars: The Force Awakens?
Would I recommend it?
Would you recommend it as a thing to watch?
I would recommend it as a thing to watch.
I would as well, but I'd also really want people to check out the new series, Moisture Farmers. What the fuck? What did I say?
Star Wars Moisture Farmers.
Moisture Farmers.
Moisture Farmers.